how to turn any failure, challenge, or difficulty or heartbreak into exactly what you always wanted, but never even thought was possible, so you never even imagined it. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into the video. So I want you to think of something that you really wanted. Something you really wanted. Well, flashback a few years ago, and here I am, I'm 22 years old, and what I really want is I want to be a professional college motivational speaker. I had my books, I wasn't doing much of this stuff on YouTube, and I wanted to be a professional college speaker. And I found someone that really inspired me. He was in his 50s and had a wife and kids, and he was extremely successful. He always overbooked, making a lot of money, inspiring millions of college kids all over the world, highly sought after speaker, really amazing at his craft, like really great. And I wanted to be just like him. I wanted to be just like him. And we developed a great friendship and mentorship, and I started paying him to be my coach and my mentor to teach me the ins and outs of how I could do what he was doing. So we were moving along on this, and eventually something happened with finances that caused me to take a step back, and it severed our relationship. And I was so depressed and angry and sad and frustrated. And so I want you to think of something that you really wanted in your life, and then it didn't happen. Maybe you felt somebody took advantage of you, or you just felt that God or the universe or life didn't love you, or like you feel like you got bad luck. Just like you really wanted something and it didn't happen. Well, here I was, and I didn't even know what I was gonna do with my life. This thing, I wanted to be just like this person. I put all of my eggs in one basket and it fell apart. I was mad at the person, I was upset, I was frustrated, I was confused about my future, so I was worried and fearful. I didn't know how I was gonna make a career. I had spent all this time and money for the last while focusing on one thing, and then it fell apart. What was I gonna do with my life? And you know, you might feel like that. And it might feel like life's against you at that moment. And I am so happy to be here today and that happened to me, because literally what ended up happening is I realized that I didn't even want to be a college speaker. I just looked at this person that was really successful, really good, and seemingly really happy, and I thought, I want to be like them. I didn't even want to be a college speaker, but I would have never admitted that before. And this thing fell apart, and it allowed me painfully to reassess my life. I started running my own retreats and my own seminars, and that led me to making YouTube videos and now building online courses that have inspired tens of thousands of people all over the world. This channel has reached people from every country in the world pretty much. It's my dream. My dream has finally come true. You listening to this, I'm so grateful if you showed up on numerous videos. This is your first time. This is my dream. I'm so happy. I feel so good. And none of it would have happened unless everything went the way that I didn't want. And when something doesn't go the way that you want, what happens is you learn this thing. It's called, is life happening to you or for you? Now, most people think life is happening to them. And when you think life is happening to you, what's happening, that no situation, no person that took advantage of you, no bad, undesirable situation, nothing that sucks makes you feel bad. It's impossible. The way that we feel bad is the meaning that we give to those things, the unconscious meaning that we give in an instant. Now, the meaning that I gave that situation, that failed relationship, I didn't like this person anymore, I was mad at them, I felt taken advantage of them. The reason I felt like that is because, and I was worried about my future at that point, the reason I felt like that is because the meaning I gave the situation in that moment was it was the end. It was the end. And generally what happens when you face a difficult situation, a heartbreaking situation, you put all your eggs in one basket for a business, for a relationship, you get fired, something bad happens with the economy, someone or you experience a health thing. The unconscious meaning we give trauma in a second is the end. But if it's the end, there's no inspiration, right? It's like, damn, I'm stuck. Why is this happening to me? Like, why does this keep happening? Like, bad luck? Do I have bad karma? Is it my negative thoughts? Is it like the universe doesn't let me? Am I not smart enough? Am I not good enough? Is my life always gonna suck ass? Is it never gonna get better? Those are the only thought patterns you have when you think something's the end. And here I am, I think it's the end. I'm so angry, like I was so mad. I wanted to like go physically like yell at this person. And it ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me. It became the beginning. And this pain caused me to take a step back and say, what do I really want out of my life? Because obviously I can't do that anymore. That relationship is severed. I don't want to communicate with them. It's over, it's done. So what do I want to do? And I was like, shit, maybe I'll run a retreat. Maybe I'll run a seminar. And then that led me to eventually starting to take YouTube seriously, online courses, my hypnosis, my courses, my videos. If you've gotten value from any of that, it happened out of what was at the time the worst thing I felt could have ever happened to me. And similarly so, you might be going something through like that. You might have a loved one or a friend that's going through something like that. Please share the video with them if so. And what's happened is that you've got to remember this. Remember this. The universe is conspiring for your highest interests, for your highest values, for your highest destiny. Now, sometimes that manifests as shit, as bad stuff, as challenges, as awful things, as being taken advantage of, as being cheated on in a relationship, as losing your money, getting sick, going through so much stress and pain and depression and worry. But the universe doesn't know the difference between good and bad, only our mind does. And our mind says, bad, this sucks, this is awesome. That's what mine was doing. I feel advantage of, I hate this person, I'm mad at them, and this is amazing, this stinks. That's what my mind was doing because it doesn't know the difference between good and bad. I couldn't see the higher perspective. The universe had to bring pain into my life so that I could take a step back and fulfill my larger purpose for my life, which in this moment is these videos. I can reach more people than I ever could in a small auditorium. That was my purpose. And similarly so, the universe is doing that. And so the question to ask is this happening to me or for me? And the reality is, it's happening for you because you come from God, from Source. Your life is supposed to be blessed and joyful and beautiful. That challenges aren't here to kill you. They're here to transform you into the person that you're meant to become, into attracting the true joy, wisdom, desires, freedom that you want. Now, I have the most freedom, joy, and success and fulfillment I've ever had in my life. But I got to this moment because of what I thought was something that was going to ruin my life and career. And so, is life happening to you or for you? Because sometimes the worst situations aren't there to break us. They're here to shape us. And if we give them the meaning of the end, this is ruined, I'm being taken advantage of, even if you may have, all it can do is keep us in a place of pain and suffering. And then when we realize that the universe was pulling us, and I'm sure that's happened to you, something really bad happened to you before, but then 6 months later, 12 months later, 5 years later, it ended up being like actually what you needed to get to where you are today. And I remember sitting on my bed. It was before one of my seminars I was running, and I was so excited. It's like I was like able to make a difference in these people's lives, and I was like finally able to pay my bills doing this thing that I loved. And it was the night before, and I turned to Ashley, my romantic partner, and I said, I feel so grateful for that individual because I was so mad at them, and I don't think I've ever forgiven them over the last year. And I've said I've forgiven them, but like I've never felt a release in my heart. And in this moment, I send them pure love because that thing that I thought ruined my life has made me where I am today. And if that didn't happen, the universe used that as an instrument. It uses a person that I felt quote unquote took advantage of me, which they didn't. There's two sides to everything, right? And we forget these things when we're trapped in our mind. And the universe presented this terrible thing in my life to help me get what I truly wanted. And what you truly want sometimes takes the form of what you absolutely do not want, so that you can make a shift, make a change, make a new choice, take a new direction. And that's the beautiful thing about life. So I hope this speaks to you. I usually don't do story time videos, but I wanted to do a story time video on this. So comment below if this speaks to you, if you can relate, if this gave you value. Download my free success hypnosis down below, jakeshypnosis.com. We have so much negativity, fear, suffering, doubt in the world. We've got to condition and train our subconscious minds for success and abundance, or else it's almost impossible to create it. So I've used this for about 6 years. It's jakeshypnosis.com down below, and you can use that totally free. Press the subscribe button in the corner right over there. Hit the bell notification too, because that'll notify you for a new video. Wishing you an amazing day, and hopefully this speaks to you.